Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine and my student number is 2510999041. In this task, I analyzed YouTube video data from news publishers like Fox News, BBC News, CNN, MSNBC from 25 January to 27 May 2025. The keywords that I specified for the data is Donald Trump, war, inflation and tariff. So first of all, I created my YouTube API key and assigned it to developer key and credentials.ini file, which was provided to us by Deacon. And then I used the collect.ipynb file to generate channel IDs and to specify maximum video, start date, end date, and copied my settings from collect.ipynb into my main file. For data cleaning and preparation, first I use the clean data function to remove duplicate entries and drop rows with missing values in critical columns, like which I assigned the important columns. These are video underscore ID, like underscore count, comment underscore count, and video underscore count, view underscore count. To avoid skewed analysis from viral outliers, I filtered out the top 1% of videos based on view count using a quantile threshold. This ensured a more balanced dataset for comparison across publishers. In my first question, I have to compare the distribution of number of views, likes and comments for the videos, and I have to use visualization and discuss the observations. So for the visualization, I must include 3 subplots. For this, first of all, I used my custom function which I created earlier to clean the video underscore df, which I'll be using to get the view count, like count and comment count, and assigned it to cleaned underscore videos. And then I specified the columns that I'll be using for my subplots and assigned them to column underscore data, and also the titles of the subplots, that is likes distribution, views distribution, comments distribution, and assigned it to titles. Then I called the like underscore count, view underscore count, and comment underscore count and converted their data types to numeric, that is integer, so that there is no constraint in creating the subplots. Then I used the matplotlib method to plot the subplots, where I specified 1 row and 3 columns and figure size to 12,4. Then I used the for loop to create my plots. Here I used the Seaborn method to plot the hist plots. There the data is given cleaned underscore videos call, which simultaneously calls the columns to plot the data in hist plots. I set the KDE, which is a kernel density estimate, to true to get the peaks and the drop-offs. I used bins is equals to 40, which will show 40 bins in one subplot. The color is set to red and X is set to axis I. Then for all the plots, I specified the X tick labels and rotated them to 50 degrees so that they can be visualized. And then I set the titles using the titles column, which I assigned earlier, and I used plt.tight underscore layout and plt.show to display and customize the subplots. The observations I got from these subplots is that most of the videos get only a small number of likes, views and counts, but a few stand out with really high engagement. This kind of pattern is common on social media where just a handful of videos go viral and grab most of the attention. As we can see in these subplots, the right hand side where the like count is the least shows the highest frequency, and the same goes for views distribution and comments distribution. Apart from that, the shape of histogram in all the three subplots reinforces the idea that the engagement is unevenly distributed across the dataset. So in the second question, I have to find the total number of views, likes and counts for videos published by different news publishers and use visualization to compare these totals across the channels. For that, first I grouped the cleaned videos by channel title and assigned the columns view count, comment count, like count, and use the aggregate function sum on this whole, and it is assigned to channel underscore stats. And then I used matplotlib subplots method to plot the subplots with one row and 3 columns. The figure size is set to 15,5. Then I used three parameters, data, data1 and data2, and assigned them sort values so that I can get the highest to lowest like count, view count and comment count. Then I used SNS method to draw the bar plots where for each I have given data, data1 and data2, specified their x-axis, y-axis and their palettes, and set their x labels, title and y labels. And this is the plots I got after that. The observations for this are that in all the three parameters, CNN and MSNBC have relatively higher engagement than BBC and Fox News. CNN leads in both views and comments count, while MSNBC performs exceptionally in likes count. For CNN, the high view count and comment count indicates that this channel's videos not only reached a wider audience but also sparked discussions. Other channels showed less engagement comparatively. In this section, I have to solve only one question. Here I have to find what are the top 10 comments with the most replies. For each comment, display the channel title, comment text and the total number of replies that comment has received. For this, first I grouped comments underscore df with parent underscore comment underscore id, and I used the size to count how many replies each parent comment received and reset the index so that the new data frame contains two columns, reply underscore count and parent underscore comment underscore id. Then I filtered the root comments which are those with no replies. These are the original starting points of comment threads. Then I merged the reply counts with the root comments. Then I merged the channel title from videos underscore df using video underscore id. Now each root comment includes the text, how many replies it got and which channel it belongs to. Then I select the top 10 most replied comments in descending order and prepared the final display. The observations for this includes Fox News dominated the reply volume as it appears in 5 out of 10 most of the replied comments, and the reply counts range from 10 to 20, showing that only a small subset of comments received high engagement. Apart from that, I solved another question where I have to find the distribution of number of comments and likes vary across different news publishers, and this is how I done. Here I removed the outliers as well and plotted the subplots, and I used box plot for this, and here I got the distribution of comments per news publisher and distribution of likes per news publisher. The observation for this includes CNN and MSNBC appear to have more consistent engagement in comments and likes, and Fox News shows greater variability, with some videos performing exceptionally well. The challenges here were handling with missing values or duplicated entries. For that, I cleaned the data and dropped the duplicated entries. And for the missing values or the null values, I dropped them using drop NA. And then there was some problem with plotting and visualization. So as the data seemed cluttered, so I fixed the layout using plt.tight_layout, and this was it.